and tens of thousands displaced as a result of fighting in the besieged capital of the North Darfur region. Anne Soy has more details.
The World Food Programme has condemned the repeated targeting of its premises in El-Fashar. The agency's staff were unharmed in the attack. Aid groups are rushing to stock up on supplies ahead of the rainy season when roads get cut off. Community volunteers in El-Fashar have warned that the living conditions are disastrous. Markets are mostly empty and food prices have skyrocketed. A sack of the staple millet is going for $1,000. Fighting has intensified in recent weeks as RSF seeks to overrun the only city in Darfur still under the army's control.
Anne Soy reporting. World News from the BBC. A senior Pakistani general says his country and India are close to reducing the troop build-up along their border to levels before their brief military conflict earlier this month. General Sahir Shamshad Mirza, however, warned that the recent crisis had increased the risk of escalation in the future between the two nuclear-armed rivals. The Russian captain of a container ship that crashed into an oil tanker off the northeast coast of England has pleaded not guilty to gross negligence manslaughter. The accident happened in March when Vladimir Motin was in charge of a Portuguese-flagged vessel, the Solong. The oil tanker was anchored in the North Sea at the time of the collision. Both ships caught fire. There were several small explosions and one crew member died. Aboriginal elders in Australia are calling for a wider investigation after a young First Nations man died while being detained by police at a supermarket. Kumanjai White, who was 24, was suspected of shoplifting when he was surrounded by security guards and plainclothes police in Alice Springs. Local media report, quote, witnesses as saying an officer placed his knee on the young man's neck. An ancient golden helmet stolen earlier this year from a Dutch museum appears to be lost forever. The headpiece and several golden bracelets were on loan from Romania when they were taken in January from the Drenthe Museum. Anna Holligan reports.
The Dutch government partly guaranteed the collection, which means that the state is liable for part of the cost in the event of damage, theft, or loss. The Ministry of Culture has set aside $6.5 million and announced that it will most likely have to pay for the stolen Romanian treasures. The minister still hopes these cherished pieces of cultural heritage will be found in one piece. The Dutch Public Prosecution Service assumes they're still intact. 3 suspects are in custody but have refused to reveal where the ancient artifacts are hidden.
That's the latest. BBC News.
You're listening to the newsroom from the BBC World Service with Oliver Conway. The Shangri-La dialogue is described as Asia's